What is good, guys? It's Rey-Jay back with another video. And in this one, I want to break down what's going on with the overall market, what you should be watching for as time goes on. I'm also going to break down some very important information about how under the charts are looking, what happened with Jerome Powell and the market makers, and something very interesting on the options chain for SPY. But before I begin into all this information, before I get into any more details, let me just mention a couple of things. I am firstly not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please smash the like button if you want to see more videos like this. It not only benefits me, it benefits the entire community as a whole. So, anyways, let's talk about the market. Let's talk about how things are looking. We saw a lot of manipulation over the last couple of trading days on SPY. We saw many signals suggest that the market was about to turn. We saw, our indicators from the fear and greed index getting very close to many extremes. We started to see some sell signals. We started to see lots of bearish sentiment, and we started to see a lot of retail starting to short SPY, expecting some kind of pullback. So, with all of these different indicators suggesting that the pullback was coming, right? One of the things I did is I warned you to just watch and see what Jerome Powell says, but I was thinking that there may have been a pullback that was due. And that's kind of like the view that a lot of people had because of how much the market pumped nonstop without any significant pullback at all for many, many weeks. If you look at the last 5 weeks on SPY, it's been just pump, 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 pump with very minimal pullbacks, almost no pullbacks. And it's pretty insane. Okay, it's very, very crazy. And with that happening, these market makers knew what retail were thinking. They knew that retail were suspecting that there should be a pullback coming. And then what they did is, and I think that, I don't know if Jerome Powell was involved in this. I'm not going to say anything about that. I'm pretty sure you guys know the answer. But Jerome Powell came and he started to cause the market to squeeze. And now the market looks like it wants to squeeze even more as he fueled the fire, leading to more potential upside. So the question is, will the market break out more? What levels should we be watching for? Why is there opportunity in SPY in Tesla, in my opinion? Why you guys haven't necessarily missed out as there's still opportunity, and also some very, very important things. So let's first talk about the options chain. Then I'm going to talk about Jerome Powell. Real quick, I want to show you guys something pretty crazy. Look at the options chain on SPY for Friday, and Fridays tend to be some of the most important days of the week. But on Friday, you're going to notice that there are about 340,000 calls expiring and over 840,000 puts expiring. With a 2.47 puts to call ratio, the majority of people are shorting. They have short positions on SPY. For the next week, we have about 1.8 million calls expiring, right? The majority of people, they're actually not doing that because on the put side, we have over 4 million puts expiring. 4 million puts versus 1.8 million calls. There's a 2.3 puts to call ratio. Once again, the majority of positions are in the puts. For the next week, it's no different. 100,000 or just under 100,000 calls and about 300 plus thousand puts with the 3.27 puts to call ratio. And then for the last week of December, just under or just over 500,000 calls expiring, and we have over 850,000 puts expiring with a 1.69 put to call ratio. So people are just loading up on puts. There are all these puts expiring, and the market makers are continuing to squeeze shorts, and there's no sign of them stopping. Excuse me. So could Jerome Powell have known this? Could he have been, involved? Maybe. Maybe this is all just manipulation. Who knows, right? I'm not going to say anything that's like too much of a conspiracy on this channel, but it's very suspicious. So then when Jerome Powell was giving his speech, the guy ended up hinting at the fact that the Fed has no plans to raise rates again. They could be done with raising rates at least for this year. And the market went parabolic. The market is thinking that the Fed is most likely going to pause on December 13th again. The market is so excited. And Jerome Powell said they have to look at the data, but thus far, there's no data that suggests that they should be raising rates. And the market was just so excited, the market just continued to pump. So looking at the market and getting this crazy pump, the question is what's going to happen? And the after hours SPY is pumping again, and the market's still holding up. So I don't know if we're going to see another massive breakout, but right now the charts are starting to look bullish again. If you go back to the weekly on SPY, because remember, we had some bearish signals. Instead, the market makers tried to use this against many of the shorts. So basically, we're starting to form a cup and handle like formation on SPY. Okay, we broke the July high, all of a sudden, we broke the high we made previously, and they wanted everyone to turn bearish. They want us to start shorting because they think that, we're expecting the market to stop, and they're going to continue to squeeze it. That's what's been happening so far, and it's just manipulation. Now, on top of this, we got a bullish cross on the weekly MACD, which tends to be bullish. So the charts are starting to look a bit more bullish now, and there's no sign of this stopping. Watch 460 on SPY. If we break 460, we're going to be pushing for 467 for more upside. If we fail to break that, then we could slow down. I don't think that this chart is showing any signs of slowing down just yet, so there is going to likely be some upside. I just want to call out that at 460, if we get a rejection, we have this orange trend line that's going to act as our support at 455 to 454. We could test that first and then just eventually start pushing up higher. That could be a trap, but there are no guarantees just yet. If we're just parabolic and we just shoot past 460 going into Monday and Tuesday, we could see SPY basically launch to 467 over the next 1 to 2 weeks, and it could eventually start breaking towards all-time highs. Okay, that's a real possibility. And I think that there's a very good chance that they're just going to keep on squeezing shorts over and over again, because once again, there's no sign of the rally stopping. So I just wanted to say that with the election coming up, okay, they want to get a very strong year, and they may just try to continue to do that. And then on top of that, if we do break to all-time highs, if there's the recession coming in 2024 and the stock market crashes, what they're trying to do, and this could be part of their manipulation, is they don't want to make the crash look too bad. And what they could do is, if we get some kind of correction, let's just say that the market keeps rallying going into like 2024, and then suddenly we get this like correction, right? If there's a crash, we won't have to crash as low as we did before for it to be as big. So if we drop 10%, SPY could still be, for example, at like 440, 430, if they keep making it pump like crazy, and the crash won't seem as bad. Because if we crashed here at this low level, the crash could seem much worse. So they could be trying to make the crash not seem as bad because of the election, because they know there's going to be a shift in liquidity. They know there's a recession coming. It could all just be part of their manipulation. And then once they drop it, when everyone turns fearful, they're going to just start pumping the market all over again. So it's wild. It's crazy. I know. Let's not worry about the crash just yet, since there's no sign of the market crashing yet. So watch 460 on SPY. If we break it, we're going to be shooting for 467 pretty quickly. It could take like 1 to 2 weeks to get there, but it's going to likely come. And there's going to be more upside potential, which you guys could play. Non-financial advice. If we fail to break it, we could reject at first and then break out later. So it's just going to be worth watching. Okay. Another ticker that has squeeze potential, in my opinion, is Tesla. When you look at Tesla, it's very simple. Okay. Tesla, I never said that Tesla was going to crash unless we got a close below 230, then we could see more downside. But I warned you all that Tesla could see downside after the Cybertruck event. Remember, I told you we would pump approaching Cybertruck. That's what happened. Then I told you there might be some downside coming to Tesla. That's what happened too. And now, during my morning video, I warned you all that you're going to be watching the support. Does Tesla close above 230? If we do so, it could bounce. If we close below 230, we got a bearish break. This thing could have sunk in a lot lower and come down to fill the gap. So supports held on Tesla. Jerome Powell has unlocked more potential upside for the markets, and we could see the market try to bounce. So for Tesla, we have these imbalances to fill at this like 245 area, and we're on technically an uptrend on Tesla. We're uptrending now. It might just continue to uptrend as time goes on. So it all depends on if Tesla could continue to hold this trend line. If we hold the trend line, we're going to be bullish, and we're going to likely test this blue trend line. Okay. If it manages to break this blue trend line, you guys see this blue trend line acting as resistance historically on Tesla. If we break it, Tesla's going to be pushing up, and we could be making our way up to 260 and get a very, very strong squeeze to end this year. And then could Tesla correct in 2024? The answer is yes, because of the recession, there could be a correction coming to Tesla later. But right now, the chart is looking bullish. And Jerome Powell has helped the markets, in my opinion, get more potential catalysts for upside because the market's expecting a Fed pause. The market is continuing to celebrate. So we have a nice inverse head and shoulders on structure, inverse head and shoulders structure on Tesla, and there is potential, right? So you could be playing this, especially to the upside, going into the next few weeks. There's potential. There's tons of money that could be made on it. I just wanted to call this out, guys. I'm not trying to be a perma bull or perma bear. I'm just trying to tell you what the chart is suggesting. Tesla's continuing to uptrend. There's no sign of it breaking down yet, so it makes no sense to turn to a mega bear. And because Tesla is the most shorted stock in the market right now, millions of people are shorting Tesla, expecting it to crash. Well, good luck, guys, because those market makers are seeing this. They're seeing the order flow and they're getting an idea. They're not paying out those premiums. They're going to try to squeeze Tesla. There's a very, very good chance of that happening. I just want to call that out. So please, please, please be prepared for this. Thank you all so much for listening. Remain calm, cool, and collected. And I'll most definitely see you guys in the next one. All right. So I want to make this video quick. Have a great day. Just know that the market still has potential for squeezes. There could be a December squeeze in the works, but we have to see SPY break above, the resistance at 460 a share. And we have to see Tesla try to break above 242. There is potential for it to break out now thanks to Powell. So make sure you watch the charts carefully, and we will see what that causes. With that being said, have an absolutely spectacular weekend, guys. I'll see you guys very, very soon in the next one. Jerome Powell came and he caused something that a lot of people were not expecting. There's a lot of manipulation in the markets, but all we could really do is learn from our mistakes, not let this get the best of us. Okay? We're going to make mistakes when trading. No one is perfect. Sometimes just, the technical analysis could be wrong. Sometimes it happens. But what we could do is don't let this get the best of us. Accept losses are a part of trading and do what we can to be correct the majority of the time. Or if we're wrong most of the time, you could still position yourself to be profitable with proper risk management. So manage risks. Do not let yourself just go all in for no reason. And this is not financial advice. It's just like me talking in general, right? Uh, and just be very careful. Be very careful in a crazy market like this. Uh, Make sure you watch your indicators and do what you have to do, guys. That's it for this one. Have a great day and peace out.